Yes, Doc, meron po.
Okay, sige. Okay, so class, let's proceed to the report. Sabihin lang ako mga announcements. Okay, and reminders. Okay, so reporters.
Good morning po. Naririnig po ako. So, good morning po, Doc. Good morning, classmates. So, we are the Group 5 and our report for today is about total burden impact on animal health. Next slide po. So, livestock are critical for ensuring human health and maintaining livelihoods. So, dahil alam naman natin, di ba, na most of livestock animals are being consumed by humans and related to this ay meron tayong zoonotic diseases, meaning yung disease can be transferred from animals to humans or vice versa. At the same time, yung animals ay ginagamit din siya for work-related activities. Next slide po. So, livestock health and productivity are negatively impacted by first, the presence of endemic and emerging diseases. So, di ba yung diseases affecting production and productivity are primarily endemic diseases. So, typically, common ito. Tapos at the same time, it kills few pero madaming affected or madaming sick animals. Ang examples ay vector-borne diseases, parasitism, bacterial and viral diseases na merong high morbidity or madaming naaapektuhan and sporadic mortality. Siyempre, kapag infected by this endemic or emerging diseases, dun sa mismong animal may negative impact. For example, since may sakit siya, it cannot be productive. Yung example, yung kumari yung cattle or carabao, instead na healthy or nagagamit siya sa pagsasaka, hindi siya nagagamit kasi added din dito yung diseases of intensification. So, yung example nito is yung mastitis and lameness. Tapos, next naman is yung increasing the amount of resources needed to maintain these animals, which in turn increases competition for land, air, and water. So, yung amount of resources na required to keep this species alive, tumataas siya. So, in relation to that, there is also escalating rivalry. Kumbaga, if di mapoprovide yung mga pangangailangan nila to stay healthy and productive, pag-aagawan nila yung limited resources na available. So, yan yung take note yung dalawang yung naging negatively impact ng livestock and productivity. Next po. So, in response, hundreds of millions of dollars are invested globally on disease mitigation in order to improve livestock health and productivity. Yet, a systematic process to determine the burden of animal disease on the health and well-being of people is not available. So, yun nga, no, as a result, hundred of millions of dollars yung nagagastos globally para sa disease avoidance in attempt para ma-enhance yung livestock production and health. Pero sadly, In that ample amount of money, wala pa rin currently methodical way to access the impact of animal sickness on human health and well-being. Next slide po. So, it is unknown how the burden is apportioned between smallholders and the commercial sector by region and gender. So, uncertain pa rin kung how the load is distributed by region and gender among smallholders and the commercial sector. At dahil dito, yan, yung sa second bullet, yung decision makers are unable to determine with accuracy whether their efforts are focused on the animal health problems that have most bearing on human well-being. Next reporter po.
Next naman po is what is the global burden of animal disease? The global burden is a program which will help quantify the positive and negative impacts of animals production system on society and the environment. And it also offers solutions to support smallholders, businesses, and society as a whole. In the face of demographic challenges, increase in international trade, and effects of climate change, animal health is more fundamental than ever to the development and well-being of human populations around the world. Animal health is more fundamental than ever because keeping animals healthy prevents disease outbreaks like pandemic among humans. Parang yung sa COVID, ganun. Pero animals, dahil sa population growth, urbanization, deforestation, and climate change, nagkakaroon na ng yung animals and humans ng they're living in a closer proximity. And yung 40% of value of global agriculture is constituted by production animals, and it supports incomes and livelihoods of 1 in 5 people, mostly in developing countries. Pero nagbabago pa to, nagdi-decrease pa tong value of global agriculture na to based sa mga animal diseases na acquire ng mga livestock animals. Next slide po. Animal diseases can significantly decrease this potential, and evaluating the burden linked to these diseases is key to improving our relationship with production animals and building a more sustainable world. Yun is yung goal ng Global Burden of Animal Disease Program. And Global Burden of Animal Disease Program measure and improve societal outcomes from livestock and have a positive impact on the Sustainable Development Goals, contributing to a world in which there is zero hunger, good health and well-being, gender equality, decent work and economic growth, and responsible consumption and production. Next slide po. Next is yung the challenge, which is the poor animal health has societal and environmental consequences. Yung livestock is critical to human nutrition and livelihood, especially for smallholder farmers in low and middle income countries. Nag-a-occur yung productivity losses due to diseases, lack of access to feed and clean water, and also injuries and predation. Yung poor animal health is closely linked to poverty, hunger, danger of exposure to zoonotic diseases, which results in poor human health. especially para sa mga nakatira sa rural areas or rural regions. At the global level, poor productivity of diseased animals nagko-contributes sa climate change and environmental degradation as more resources are required to grow the same amount of meat, milk, or wool. Next slide po. The challenges we face in animal health. Greater demand for food. If there is a high population growth, nagkakaroon na ng demand for food, and also pag yung growth of economic development. Parang yung diniscuss last time nila Darlene na yung negative effect ng population growth. Next is increasing pressure on use of land, water, and air. Yung livestock health and productivity is negatively impacted by the presence of endemic and emerging disease. Kaya pag increasing the amount of resources needed to maintain these animals, kailangan natin increase yung amount of resources needed para ma-maintain yung livestock health and productivity, which nagkakaroon na siya ng increasing pressure on use of land, water, and air. Next slide po.
Ay, hala! Wait, ulitin ko na lang. Sorry. Okay, ulitin ko. So, continuation on the challenges we face in animal health. Naririnig na? Hello?
Opo.
Ay, sige, sige. Okay, for the continuation of the challenges we face in animal health. So, there is increased connectivity and movement across our livestock and sectors. Due to the increasing demand of food and different livestock products, so there is also increased movement of different animals across different places. Therefore, it become a challenge to us since it may increase the um, emergence of different diseases, including zoonotic diseases that may impact the um, public health. Next will be the greater awareness of impacts of livestock on the environment and public health. This is a challenge for us since most people lack awareness and knowledge about the different impacts of livestock in terms of um, the health of the public. So livestock production may also become the source of different infections, thus it may pose a threat to the public health, which may also impact the environment. Next will be the limited awareness of the importance and value of animals in society. Most people are not aware of the importance of the animals in our society. They take it for granted and they do not give importance to the life of every animals. They only treat it as a source of meat, eggs, milk, and different products that may um, benefit them. Next will be the emergence and re-emergence of diseases. Since to this day, we are living in closer proximity to with the animals and different organisms. So therefore, there will be more or higher probability of emergence and re-emergence of diseases since especially zoonotic diseases since mostly we are living in um, close contact with the animals. Okay, let us take a look on this figure. So livestock production is an economic process and is subject to negative influences of disease. So as you can see, the bottom line here is the disease. So it may affect the production of different livestock. And for the letter A, as you can see here, so diseases may destroy the basic resources, which includes the feed, pharmaceuticals, which includes the different vaccines or or treatments that that are given to animals. Of course, the animals itself, the grazing area, the labor, and the management. So as you can see, there is disease may um, impact the um, the resources that are used in the production. So next be will the letter is the letter B. So it lowers the efficiency of the production process and the productivity of resources used. So disease may also affect the production itself. So it lowers the efficiency. Ang mas pinapababa dito yung mga output ng animals like for meat, eggs, yan, mga milks. So yung bumababa yung output doon. And pwede ring mag-cause ng pagbaba ng kita sa production. Next will be the goods and services. Yan, as I said, it may affect the outputs, which includes the milk, meat, wool, eggs. Then it may cause drought, drought and power, etc. And next will be the letter D, which pertains to the consumption. So it lowers the suitability of livestock products for processing or generate additional costs in the distribution chain. So in the consumption part, since disease may impact the outputs of different animals, it may also pose additional costs in the production or the transportation of different products. Next will be the letter E. So it affects the human well-being directly through the disease. So example yung mga disease na nagko-cause ng great loss or death to humans like COVID. Since napapansin natin sa COVID, ang daming bumaba yung economy ng bawat bansa, nagkaroon ng mostly hunger, mas napalala yung poverty. Yan. So na-affect talaga yung whole life ng human. And lastly, the letter F, it affects the different sustainable development goals. Yan, yung mga zero hunger, no poverty, yan, yung mga sustainable goals. Next will be GBAD is a part of global team. So GBAD, it is a program have a lot of partners and collaborators. So the Global Burden of Animal Diseases program is a worldwide initiative aimed at building a standardized data sharing platform. So mostly they promote data sharing platform, which includes researches that may help in the production or in the mitigation of diseases in animals. The program comprises several research teams, each tasked with developing and testing a specific part of the GBAD's methodology. So yun nga. So we are leading research to quantify livestock population and the current economic investment in livestock production. So mostly they focus on the improvement of different production of animals, which may help different sectors worldwide. So GBAD's program will, number one, provide information for evidence-based investment plans and animal health system. So they may provide scientific and have evidence-based investment plans that may help or improve the life of farmers and as well as the animals. So allow allocation of resources to key social, economic, and environmental problems. They also have they are also part of the improvement of social, economic, and environmental problems. So may mga funding na nangyayari dito to help improve the social, economic, and environmental problems. Next is support high quality evaluation of existing animal health investment, demonstrating the value of animal health system. So these are the funders partners and collaborators of GBADS. So first is the Australian Centre for International Agricultural Research, the UK AID, which mostly focus on reducing poverty and achieving the sustainable goals. Then the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, the European Commission, which is the executive of the European Union. So parang ito yung lawmaker ng European Union. Then the Brook. So it mostly focuses on the improvement of life of horses, donkeys, and mules, yung Brook. Then the N8 Agri-Food, the OIE, or known as the World Organization for Animal Health, or OIE, Office International de Epizootis. Then the University of Liverpool, the Penn State, or the Pennsylvania State University, University of Florida, University of Guelph, the Murdoch University, the Kansas State University, then the Institute for Health Metrics and Evaluation, then the ILRI, or the International Livestock Research Institute, the Commonwealth Scientific and Industrial Research Organization, University of Zurich, the TIRAD, the Food and Agricultural Organization, Sciensano, then the Inter-American Institute for Cooperation on Agriculture, Utrecht University, Animal Health Ireland, Global Burden of Crop Loss, Scotland's Rural College, and the Norwegian Veterinary Institute. So, yun lang po. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you learned something. Thank you po.
Okay, do you have words before you proceed to your quiz? Wala? Okay naman? Naintindihan naman? Hi, Jeriel. Ready na kayo sa pa-quiz nyo?
Yes, Doc.
Okay, sige. Mukhang wala naman silang question.
Okay guys, pakisulat na lang po sa any